Fox's Jackie Ibanez. America's listening to Fox News.
W277CK Princeton. Time to take a look at community news here on 1580 103.3 WPKY. This morning's community news is brought to you by Community Medical Clinic.
Well, if you've got something that you need on community calendar and you'd like it announced, to make sure that you get it to us, all you have to do is email that information to us at WPKYonline@gmail.com. And of course, we've told you about, and they still have some left of those garden grab bags and family garden kits at Laugh and Learn and Grow. They're now available. Now, Laugh and Learn is designed for children's ages 5 and under. Quantities are limited. Now, please take only one of each kit per family. They're still there for you. If you've got questions, contact them at 270-365-2787. We will put you in contact with one of our agents. Now, don't forget about the Earth Day coloring contest. That's going on right now, too. Fun for the whole family. Prizes are going to be given in each category, open to ages 5 through adult. Now, they're just outside the front door on the porch, so you can pick up a packet anytime. Drop off for the completed entries can be done by email, but drop off in the box outside the front door. Deadline for entries April 22nd. Must be a resident of Caldwell County to enter. Caldwell County preschool screening scheduled for May 7th and 14th have been canceled. And right now, they're planning to have 2 screenings in July. Now, the dates for those screenings will be July 13th and 14th. Give them a call, 270-365-8045. You can also call our school board for more information at 365-8000. Again, if you've got something on the community calendar or needing to be put on the community calendar, make sure that you email it to us, WPKYonline@gmail.com. And, of course, here's your WPKY Weather Edge Weather Center forecast for today. High 65, tonight clear, low 41. Tomorrow, chance of showers early afternoon, high 66. And then on Thursday, all the way through the beginning of next week, looks like showers every day about lunchtime, just a little bit after, maybe about 1 o'clock. Those temps are going to be hanging right in the mid-60s. It is 55 sunshine at WPKY.
Your WPKY Weather Edge Weather Center forecast is brought to you by Kay's Kitchen.
At Pennyrile Electric, we're helping to build the leaders of tomorrow today. This year, Pennyrile Electric will present 12 $1,000 scholarships to let students in our service area shine to their fullest potential and become guiding lights for future generations. Scholarships will be awarded to students enrolling in 2- or 4-year college programs and vocational and technical training. Scholarship applications are available at each of our locations, or you can download the app at PRECC.com. That's PRECC.com.
This time of year is perfect to work outside and to freshen up your landscape.
At Mr. Mulch, they're here to help. Open Monday through Friday, 8 till 5, and Saturdays from 8 till 4.
In order to follow the governor's guidelines, they'll serve you at your vehicle.
Buy premium mulch by the bag or Bobcat scoop. They also have decorative rock, driveway gravel, and also garden mix.
And don't forget free delivery in the city limits of Hopkinsville with a 5-yard minimum.
For more info, visit their Facebook page. Mr. Mulch, thanks for supporting small business.
1580 103.3 WPKY. And of course, one thing we did want to remind everybody about is Spirit Week. Caldwell County kids, all their schools are doing Spirit Week, and today is Hat Day. So if you look up online and you see us on, or see me on there, I guess I got a mouse in my pocket. If you see me on there this morning for our live stream, of course, at WPKYonline.com. Look, I've got my hat on. Well, I guess technically it's a visor, but I've got my hat on, and this is for Spirit Week. And of course, tomorrow is supposed to be a crazy hair day. So I'm quite sure if I wear a hat all day, I will have crazy hair by tomorrow. But that's why I've got on the hat, and that's why tomorrow I'm going to have crazy, crazy hair. So we're going through that all week long with them. It's for the kiddos, and we sure do appreciate it because we always want to support our kids, right? So very easy to do. Put the hat on your head today and let everybody know that that is for Spirit Week, okay? And speaking of our children, we want to kick it off every day today, and this is something that we do with Coffee Talk every single day, is we kick it off with the pledge. If you've got a child that would like to do the pledge, give us a call, 270-963-9155, and leave it right there on the answering machine. Just make sure that you leave your kid's name and their age, what school they go to, and then Bob's your uncle. You can you can leave the pledge right there on the answering machine. Could not be easier. Or you could record it on your phone or anything like that, and then kind of email it to us at wpkyonline@gmail.com. So here we go. Here we go. Is everybody ready? Stand up. Everybody get ready. Here we go.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Isn't that amazing? I love that. I don't think of any better way that you could start off a show or start off Coffee Talk with that. Again, let me remind you of that phone number, 270-963-9155, and you can leave it right there on the answering machine. Kicking us off on Coffee Talk this morning, as promised, is Officer Chris Joyner. How are you this morning, sir?
I'm doing great. I got a question for you. So you said you had a mouse in your pocket. Maybe we could get a picture of that added to the website.
I'm telling you, I always end up saying we, and I'm in here by myself. And I said, I guess I've got a mouse in my pocket this morning. It's just me and the mouse.
That could be a new promo thing. A mouse in the pocket.
If there's a mouse in my pocket, we might have problems on that live feed there, Chris. I will tell you. Well, you know what? The mice I could probably handle better than the spiders. If you'd like to see me come unglued, there is a couple of videos where one time a bee got in the studio and another time a spider got in the studio, and it is in there. It's somewhere over the last year. So yeah, that gets pretty interesting.
I'm right there with you on the spiders. I'm not a huge fan of spiders.
I don't do bugs of any kind. I don't. You know. Speaking of bugs, though, I got it. If you don't know, Chris Joyner, Officer Joyner, straight from LBL. Of course, you're an officer down there for Fish and Game. As far as you're the public affairs officer, right?
Public affairs officer. Yes.
Okay. Right. I wanted to make sure what your title was so I didn't say it the wrong way. But I'll tell you, something has really bugged me over the last couple of days. Over the weekend, we were hearing about the vandalism down at LBL. And, of course, last week, you and I had just got on and we had talked about, instead of talking about all the negative and things you can't do, we really gave them a lot of options on a lot of the things you can do and what's open for everybody. And then now they've gone out and vandalized some of the fields and some of the open areas. And, that broke my heart, Chris.
Yeah, it breaks mine too. And when we were talking about things that are available, I know we never said you can drive out in a farmer's field.
No.
People did that. So one of the things that's really important for folks to understand is that the Forest Service manages Land Between Lakes, the U.S. Forest Service, and we're Bureau of the U.S. Department of Agriculture. And Forest Service manages properties for sustainable yield, meaning that we'll have crops grow on there for farmers to farm, because that's a principal goal of a strategic goal of the USDA to strengthen our agricultural production as a nation. And specifically right now, that's so critical as a country. And one of the particular areas that was vandalized was a farmer's field. Some individuals drove out there in the field. We were actually lucky enough to catch those individuals.
Good.
Yeah, and they were cited, and it was a pretty hefty citation. A lot of folks don't understand that these can elevate to felony charges pretty quickly. The standard for felony charges for destruction of federal property is pretty low, I think, for most people would think. I'm not going to go into all the specifics about the dollar amount, but it would be very easy to commit a felony by doing some of that off-roading, destroying the fields. And a lot of folks think that as simple as, well, just enforce the laws. Well, it's not as easy as that. We have over 6,000 acres of open acreage where it's just managed for wildlife, food plots, and wildlife viewing. So if you went there to Land Between Lakes and it was all wooded areas, some people would really enjoy that, but it's you're not going to have opportunity to see wildlife and things like that. And so we have some areas that are managed for open areas for viewable wildlife. Then we have some croplands, and then we have some that are hay fields where farmers are actually growing for hay production. And all of those types of areas have been vandalized recently. We did make several citations this past weekend in that regard, and those individuals will get to go to federal court and also face restitution for the damages. And it's pretty serious, especially the thing that I think your listeners will be specifically upset about is the farmers' fields. I mean, we're an agricultural community.
Right.
I don't think anybody listening doesn't have somebody that they're connected to. This, they I'm sure know somebody that works in agriculture and know how difficult a job that is, and how everything relies on all the things coming together just right for them to produce a crop, and then somebody goes out there and destroys it like that. And unfortunately, that's happened, and we are holding those individuals accountable. But the real thing that has to change is it's a social problem and needs a social solution. Law enforcement can only do so much, and we can't be at all places at all times. And ultimately, we need the community to make it clear to people that this is not acceptable behavior.
Well, and I get that. You know, I think what boggles the mind is it's almost as if they believe that they're punishing LBL for not allowing them to ride them at Turkey Bay or certain other areas. So, well, I'll show you. Well, it's, that's really not only detrimental to yourself, because now there's so many funds that are having to go toward cleaning all of that up and repairing all of this stuff that you're tearing up, that some of the areas that you love can't be fixed.
You could not be more accurate, and that's the frustrating thing, is that there definitely is, by some of the citations that have been written, it's been reported back to me that there's a certain bit of an error of, I'm going to show you. And I can tell you that our current circumstances, it's far harder for us to have the closures that are in effect. It is, we're not enjoying this situation, I would tell you that. But it's the right thing to happen. It's the right thing to do right now because of the current health crisis. But this is not something we enjoy doing. We work for the U.S. Department of Agriculture and the Forest Service because we enjoy being on the forest, and we enjoy being at Land Between the Lakes. And most of us are stuck in our homes now. We are patrolling, but this isn't pleasant for us to be doing. And so the punishment is back on the community, because we would much rather be putting out beneficial crops in those areas for wildlife that are going to bring more wildlife, going to improve people's hunting experiences. We would much rather plant those instead of going and fixing these fields, because the erosion problems that are created by mudding are significant, and there's a lot that goes into fixing these problems. I mean, we're looking at well over $100,000 in damages thus far this year, and that's going to have to come out of something else.
Right. Well, I have no doubt. I mean, we have storms that come through. There was tornado damage not too long ago. We've had flooding damage. And it seems like we were finally starting to get kind of caught up on a little bit of it, other than the last round of tornadoes. I know that kind of really hurt several trails at Wrangler and different ones like that.
Sure did.
But when you talk about Turkey Bay and a lot of the places where, not only just the four-wheelers enjoy Turkey Bay, you've got a lot of hunters that enjoy Turkey Bay, and a lot of people that it's just a beautiful area. But, let's keep the entire place just, why do we not have to act like 5-year-olds and vandalize and stomp our feet? Let's keep it nice.
Right.
Conservation is not a short-term thing. It's a long-haul game. And it's not, just the next couple of weeks, what can I fix? No. This is 10 years and decades in the making.
Yeah, and if you're somebody that really enjoys Land Between the Lakes, then one way to look at this is to think of it as a positive in that things could potentially be that much better later on because of maybe somebody's not fishing at your favorite spot or somebody's not turkey hunting in your favorite spot. And so later on, maybe next year or later on in this summer for fishing, you're going to have a much better experience. And so try to see the positive in it. And I understand that people are frustrated. We're frustrated too. And it's just something we're all having to deal with together. But we really need the community to put that social pressure on people if they know they're responsible for this to help us and help educate those people that are responsible. I don't mean go and confront somebody.
Right.
If you see somebody doing one of these things, if you can get us a picture, you can send that to us. You can get our contact information off of our alerts page at landbetweenthelakes.us. Go to our alerts page. You can find our phone numbers and email contacts, and also you can find it in the Contact Us section. We don't want anybody confronting someone that is in the act, but if you know somebody that maybe you're socially friends with that are doing these things, this might be a good time to put that social pressure on them to, hey, don't go and mess this up for everybody.
Or at least, in the very least, don't encourage.
Correct. And it is frustrating, though, because there is certainly a component of it that where some individuals are thinking they're punishing the decision makers on this, and ultimately we're trying to manage it for sustainable agriculture and some of those areas that were damaged, and also for good experiences when people come out.
Well, and when you think about it, we're right here at the 50th anniversary of Earth Day. And so it would be a fantastic time for everybody just to kind of say, you know what, enough is enough. We're going to settle down and take care and really pay attention to conservation, which is what it's all about. And,
yes.
Nature Station, I saw they were even doing virtual homeschoolers day because of Earth Day. And they're going to have all kinds of activities on their social media page. And especially with, basically even our kids that aren't homeschooled are homeschooled now. So if you're interested in doing some NTI things that are kind of special and fun with your kids for that, of course, the Nature Station there at LBL is doing everything on this virtual homeschoolers day. And that's the April 22nd through the 25th. I think that's so cool, Chris. I really do.
Yes. And like I said, we enjoy what we do and enjoy being at Land Between the Lakes, and you don't work for this agency if you don't enjoy being at Land Between the Lakes. And unfortunately, this situation's got us all where we're not able to do that. But hopefully, we'll be back to some form of normal someday in the future.
Well, I love that because that's kind of what they're doing is they're starting with the kids early and teaching them, the reasons why this is important. And look, this is how you become a conservationist without ever leaving your house, And there's so many different ways they can teach them from little bitty kids. And when the littles can understand it, surely to goodness the adults can use some common sense.
Yeah, you can be a conservationist in your own backyard.
Well, thank you so much this morning, Chris. Is there a hotline, an email address that, if they need to, they feel like that they've got something that they need to tell you about that they can call?
Well, yeah, they can go to our website, landbetweenthelakes.us, and navigate to our alerts or to our Contact Us page, and you can get all that contact information there. And we'll respond to it. What we did is early on in this developing health crisis, we got Google Voice lines that are answered every day. My staff man those lines, and so we answer them. And that means they're the weekends, and there's no question. If you got the question, give us a call. It's no silly questions. We would much rather be able to answer your question. If you're angry about something, give us a call, and hopefully we can answer your questions and demystify some of our decision-making processes.
Well, I appreciate that so much because I think a lot of people, unfortunately, even when we talked the first time, I said, a lot of people think just everything is closed. It doesn't mean fishing is over. It just means you got to change the way you do it a little bit. So I
Sure.
think, maybe if we can get that message across to them, it's not that it's completely closed. There are some places that are closed, but the lake has not closed down. There's still water in
That's
the
right.
lake and fish that are begging to be caught and trails that are begging to be walked on. You just got to tweak how you do it.
That's correct. Yes. Some of the areas your favorite area may not be open, and I can assure you that it may seem frustrating, but there's good reasons or very deliberate processes that have gone into decision making on any of those closures. And
you know what? One of my favorite trails at Wrangler was shut down because of the tornado damage, and I went on a different one. And guess what? I now have a new favorite. So you find new favorites that way, and you find new places. So it's all a lot of fun.
That's right.
So
That's right.
Thank you so much. We sure do appreciate you, Chris.
Well, I appreciate being on.
Of course, Officer Chris Joyner and Public Relations Officer, I think I said it correctly this time, of course, with Land Between the Lakes, and we sure do appreciate all that you're doing. And give us your website address again.
So landbetweenthelakes.us.
All righty. Well, thank you so much. Have a great week. I think you're going to get
you
plenty
too.
of sunshine for it.
Oh, my gosh, it's a beautiful week.
Isn't it? It's gorgeous today. Thanks so much, Chris. And, of course, we love when he comes on because I'm a huge conservationist at heart, I think, ever since I was a kid. So LBL, one of my favorite places to go. And I'll tell you, one of these days, we'll tell you Chris's story one of these days when he's on because I love it because he may be a transplant, but it was all about the conservation and LBL in mind. So he has a great story, which I think would be perfect. Maybe in the next couple of weeks, we'll have him on and do that. But thanks again, Chris. So coming up next, we had talked a lot about produce and farmers markets and where do you get what around here to hashtag support local. So hang out with me because I'm going to let you in on a secret here in just a few seconds on Coffee Talk.
KFC Princeton is offering their famous fried chicken and all the fixings. You can order through the drive-thru like you always do. Of course, the dining room is closed, but don't go hungry. Just call KFC. Your local KFC is located on the Marion Road in Princeton. They're offering carry-out service only. Customers, including truckers, are welcome and can come in and pick up your carry-out orders. KFC in Princeton. Finger licking good, but be sure to wash your hands first. 270-365-9988.
Dr. Carl Hinton provides a variety of surgeries and scopes at the Trigg County Hospital Surgery Center. Dr. Hinton is well known and loved in this area and provides years of experience in the following procedures: appendectomy, colonoscopy, EGD, gallbladder, skin lesions, tubal ligation, and more. Dr. Hinton is available for clinic appointments Monday and Thursday 1 to 5 and Fridays 8 to noon. His office is located in Suite D of the Medical Arts Building next to Trigg County Hospital. Call 270-522-2557. Close to home, close to your heart.
This is Mallory Hancock Lawrence, and we love our Caldwell and Lyon County friends. We invite you to come to Cadiz anytime you can to shop with us. We're making it even easier for you. Whether you work in Cadiz or just come to town for a visit, stop in and shop with us. But if you're in a hurry, you can pre-order your groceries at Hancock'sNeighborhoodMarket.com. It's so easy and convenient. Of course, we want to see your smiling face anytime we can, but if you're in a hurry, Hancock'sNeighborhoodMarket.com is the way to go. Hancock's Neighborhood Market, Cadiz.
Health First Community Health Center is doing our part to help stop the spread. We are now offering telehealth services to keep you healthy at home. Scheduling a virtual visit with your medical or behavioral health provider is easy. All you need is a smartphone, tablet, or computer and internet access. Get the care that you need to stay mentally and physically well from the convenience of your home. Contact our office for an appointment at 877-667-7017. At Health First, your health is our first concern.
1580 103.3 WPKY. And of course, hashtag support local is something we love around here. And of course, our Beth Mann had started that initiative for our Edge Media Group, our company. And we've really been working and going strong for that. And of course, one of the things that we wanted to do, I keep saying that was a whole lot of fun for us this week, if nothing else. And interesting, I've learned a lot about everything this week. Is our produce and locally grown and built products and that sort of thing fresh from the farm or built right there locally. So that, something that, that's really kind of from scratch mojo, I guess, is what we're talking about. But the last couple of days, we've really been talking about produce, and somebody that we haven't had on yet that I want to make sure that everybody knows about this year is Green Acres Produce. And of course, Miss Brittany Ham has worked very, very hard on it. Good morning.
Good morning.
How are ya?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm telling you just keep getting bigger and bigger and bigger. Of course, a couple of years ago, I remember that you had a few plants out here and there, and then now you've got this big greenhouse going.
Yep, about 2 years ago, we started the greenhouse. It started out with a small card table in the front yard, and one day Joe and the kids pulled up and had this 1,000,000-piece greenhouse in the back of the truck. And
hey, honey, look what I brought home.
Yeah, right. And so all the neighbors got together and helped us get it together, and now we've got this greenhouse, and
have you
bigger and bigger.
Have you been growing stuff when you were a kid too? Is this something that you just kind of grew up doing?
Oh yeah, Joe's uncle and his dad had like a 2-acre U-pick strawberry patch on our farm in the mid-'80s, and he helped, plow and disc and all that. And then, of course, I was in the FFA, floriculture and land judging team, greenhouse class. So it's kind of a hobby that stuck with both of us and kind of become a tradition and life lesson that we want to pass on to our kids.
I think it was last year. Boy, you guys had some of the sweetest watermelons and just a ton of them. And you were like the watermelon place to go. And I don't know if everybody knows that you're there. And I know this year you've really expanded this year, and the wave petunias look so pretty. But you've got the spreading ones too. I thought I saw a fern or two there on the table. And so to kind of tell us about what you've got right now.
So all of our vegetables we plant from seeds. And then we have tomato plants, radishes, and bell pepper plants for sale. We've got fresh eggs. And then most of our flowers we bought from the high school greenhouse. When we found out that they weren't going to be able to open this year, we contacted West York and we bought most of the flowers from there.
Oh,
so
wow.
all of
I
those
didn't know
flowers,
that. That's so cool.
all of those flowers are grown by the students of the Caldwell County High School.
Oh, now that's cool. And then they're getting taken care of by students right here from Caldwell too, because your kids are really involved.
Yes, ma'am. All 3 of them.
She's got the sweetest kids. She really does. And they've kind of grown up out on the farm and appreciating that kind of stuff. And I think it's so cool too that you're not bringing in plants from, states and states away or even, overseas or anything like that. This is stuff that you're doing by seed.
Yes, ma'am. Everything that we plant is by seed.
It doesn't get any more local than that, does it? If you're like my dad has all these seeds that, he'll put in the refrigerator, and there's these little bitty containers of seeds that are all over the place in the refrigerator where he saves them over the years. And I think that's so cool that you're doing that and expanding. So what's going on for the future? Where do we go from here?
Well, we're looking at purchasing another greenhouse so we can get a little bit bigger.
Wow.
Yeah. Right now we've got approximately 150 to 200 plants to just give away. So if they come out and see us today and mention that you heard us on Coffee Talk, we're giving away a 4-pack of Mountain Spring tomato plants to all of our customers who mentioned that they heard us on the radio.
Hey, well, I love a good giveaway. So if they mention they heard you on Coffee Talk and they come out there and they get some free tomato plants.
Yes, ma'am.
I love that. And, what are your hours? When they say come out, now, what are your hours of operation?
Monday through Saturday, 10 a.m. to 5 p.m.
Well, I don't think it gets any easier than that. I think that can pretty well hit most people's schedules. And, of course, right now you said you've got a lot of plants and a lot of flowers. So do you have what's coming up on the horizon to kind of start getting ready? Everybody get ready for this. This is going to be ready soon.
So soon we will have tomatoes, fresh corn, squash, cabbage, cucumbers, green beans, our famous watermelons, cantaloupe, sweet onions, okra, bell peppers. And then, of course, our boys make homemade cedar and oak birdhouses that we sell too.
Oh, bless their hearts, Hunter and Jackson. Bless their hearts. I love that. Well, when you do that and you sell all these kinds of vegetables, one of the things that we're really trying to push this right now is hashtag support local. And I love that the produce is from seed right there, and it's a family and it's local. You're not that far out of town as far as drive the extra mile or two. What's the big deal?
Yeah, we're like 2.25 miles from the courthouse out 293.
Right.
Once you cross that Parkway Bridge, or 1 mile on the right. So.
Well, and it's a gorgeous little drive. I mean, it is a beautiful area, really and truly, right there on 293 North. And I love, again, it's not that far out of town, and I love trying to really support our local farmers and our local people that are turning out products every single day, from honey to tomatoes. You don't have to rely on these big box stores. You can go straight to from seed to plate, basically. Yep. I think that's fantastic. Brittany Ham, I sure do love you to death, girl. Green Acres Produce, and of course, flowers and vegetables and eggs. Oh my! Give them a phone number if they want to give you a holler or they got a question.
270-963-6982.
All right, thank you. And of course, you said from 10 to 5, Monday through Saturday, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Right there on the right-hand side, 293 North, just going toward Providence North, North Jefferson, I guess. I keep forgetting that's the same. It's the same road. I don't even think about it sometimes. If you go from the courthouse, North Jefferson turns into 293 North, going across the Parkway. And they're what? You said how many miles? About a couple of miles?
From the Parkway, we're exactly a mile.
Well, there you go. That can't get any easier. Thanks so much, Brittany. We appreciate you taking time out of your day to holler at us.
Thank you.
And, of course, again, Green Acres Produce from right here in Caldwell County, just about a mile or two out of Princeton, not very far at all. And, again, it goes right along with hashtag support local. And she's even giving away tomato plants. If you go out there and you tell them you heard it on Coffee Talk, she's going to give you some tomato plants for free. So how about that? It's one of those things. It's a cycle. It's a cycle. And if we take care of our farms, and if we take care of our small businesses, and we take care of our kids and show them, look, when you grow things with your hands, when you support your community will support you back. And that's that circle of business and friendship and community that we want to continue. It's called hashtag support local. And tomorrow we're going to continue that on Coffee Talk. So don't forget about it, okay? Stick around. Of course, Superintendent Nate Huggins is going to be up next. Big school board meeting that happened last night, and it actually happened live on WPKY. So we're going to talk to him and kind of get the rundown on what's going on and where do we go from here. That's next on Coffee Talk, 1580 103.3 WPKY.
The WKDZ Morning Ag Report and Your Ag Edge Network are partnering with the National Association of Farm Broadcasting Foundation to offer an internship again this summer. The internship is for a college student who is interested in agriculture communications or a related field. The intern will help build the new Your Ag Edge Network, plus learn about recording audio and video interviews, writing for the web, and hosting the WKDZ Morning Ag Report. To apply for the internship, please send a letter of interest to News and Ag Director Alan Watts at awatts@wkdzradio.com. That's awatts at wkdzradio.com.
During this trying time of the COVID-19 deductible, to get your vehicle repaired, call for an appointment or free estimate at 270-365-5522. Working together with your home team at Trice Hughes, we'll make sure you receive the service you deserve.
We at the Edge Media Group believe in the power of prayer. That's why we're asking you to pray for our community. It's simple. Just record yourself on your phone and email us your prayer. Give your name and record your prayer. We'll do the rest. Email your prayer to prayerswpky@gmail.com. We'll broadcast a community prayer on this station every day around 10 in the morning and 10 in the evening. Before our morning prayer at 10, we will ring bells as requested by Governor Andy Beshear. We will get through this together.
At First Southern National Bank, we place a high value on the well-being of our customers and communities. With that in mind, we are taking steps that demonstrate how much we care about you. Our drive-through lanes will be available for daily needs, while in-person services can be scheduled by appointment. Take advantage of our online banking, our mobile banking app, and a friendly team member answering your call. Visit fsnb.net to learn more. First Southern National Bank, member FDIC.
And here's the WPKY Weather Edge Weather Center forecast for today. Sunshine on my shoulders, high 65. Tonight, clear, low 41. Tomorrow, chance of showers early afternoon. Then later in the afternoon, should be clearing up as it goes along, high 66. Thursday all the way through Monday, showers each and every day. Now, the majority of those days, you've only got about a 20% chance of it, but still, there is a chance every day. High's going to stay in the mid-60s through the weekend. It is 57 and climbing, 1580, 103.3 WPKY.
The Joint is serving up pulled pork, brisket, jumbo wings, ribs, chicken, and more with all the fixings to go with it from their secret family recipes, all at The Joint in Eddyville.
1580, 103.3 WPKY. And of course, we had a first last night. We had the Caldwell County Board of Education, the school board, had a meeting live on WPKY. Superintendent Nate Huggins is with us this morning to kind of go over everything that happened last night. Good morning, Mr. Nate.
Good morning, Tess. How are you this morning?
I'm fantastic. I thought that was wonderful last night because that's a first for us to have the school board meeting on there, and I thought that was really neat.
It's a first for us too, and it went well, extremely well, I thought. I mean, we had some questions and answers at the end. I thought went well. The two that called in. It's a great opportunity for us to be able to do that, especially in the situation that we're in with the COVID-19 situation.
Well, I'll tell you, I think it's really cool because not only I know that it started out as a something that a lot of people couldn't attend the school board meetings because we can't have just open meetings right now due to the COVID-19 restrictions and recommendations. And I guess it's born out of necessity. But I'll tell you, I really hope that it continues even past the necessity.
Yeah, we're going to it's probably going to have another one of these next month, I would guess, based on the different stages that we have to get to in order to have a certain number of people in one location. I think phase 1 is 10 and phase 2 is 50. And I'm really not sure for phase 3. It may be 200. I'm not for sure on phase 3. So it's, I got a voicemail. Anyway, so, it'll probably be again next month. I'll probably be calling the services to WPKY to come in and do another one of those type of board meetings. It's just the uncertainty of this virus has got us all baffled, and we're going to do the best we can to get all the information out to the public in the best fashion, and that worked well last night.
Well, and I'll tell you, when you think about it, when you're a parent and maybe you've got small children, you can't attend some of the meetings, but you really want to know what's going on and you want to stay, that's what we always encourage our parents and caregivers to do, is to stay involved and be involved and stay informed. And I think that's really kind of opening it up to really allow them to do so.
Exactly. And I can't thank the parents enough going through this NTI process. It's new for us, and I guarantee it's new for them. But they've been doing a phenomenal job, and my hat's off to each and every parent and guardian that's taking care of that situation at home, because I know it's not easy on them. And I just want to let them know it's not easy on us either, because we're going through a learning curve as well. But our faculty and staff are doing a phenomenal job of contacting the students. And I cannot iterate enough and emphasize enough that all students need to complete their NTI work. Because if we had a bad first 3-9 weeks and we don't do any work during the NTI process, it's possibility that student may not move on.
Okay.
So it's imperative that they contact their teams if they have questions, but more than that, it's imperative they do the work or attempt to do the work.
Okay, and now as far as, I know that, a lot of parents are saying, now what is going to be the end of the NTI? What are we looking at as, our end goal?
We've got 1,062 hours to reach, and there's different ways we can do that. We're going to have an admin meeting tomorrow, and we're going to get our heads together and figure out what our schedule is going to be at from starting next week through the end of May. And then we may go 4 days on for NTI instruction and then have Friday for PD for the teachers and staff. But we're going to look at that tomorrow with an admin meeting and discuss that. And I'll put one call out to inform the students and the faculty and staff of what direction we're going in and what we're going to do. But right now, we've got to get to 1,062 hours based on requirements from the state. And there's a couple ways we can do that.
Now, how many hours are we at right now?
I couldn't tell you, Tess, off the top of my head.
Okay.
Brother Bruce McAllister maintains that. I'll figure that out sometime tomorrow, and I'll let everybody know where we currently are and what the schedule is.
Okay.
But we want to do what's best for not just to reach 1,062. We want to be sure that we're trying to touch every student out there and help them with their educational issues and work through those. Because we always have some students that fall behind during the summer because we have that summer break.
Right.
People like me this morning.
Oh.
But anyway, we're going to do what's right for kids. And we want to make sure that they get the educational help that they need for the subjects that they have issues with.
Right.
So I just want parents to understand that and kind of bear with us. But we're going to do the right thing, and I want to get together with all the leadership of our district tomorrow, and we're going to work through that, and then we'll put a plan out to the community and the faculty and staff.
Well, now I know that another thing that has been brought up as well is, sports. And I know that, for example, I know baseball season, normally we're in full swing, no pun intended. But, and a lot of football, teams are already practicing and lifting and getting out on the fields. So, with NTI, when this wraps up, does that mean, is it let's wait and see how long we have to wait before we can let you start practice? What does that mean?
I can't speak for the Kentucky High School Athletic Association. They'll provide us guidance, but right now everything's shut down, and we're not doing in-class sessions. So therefore, I would say that the spring sports are shut down. But I haven't got the official word from Kentucky High School Athletic Association.
Okay.
So we're waiting on words from them, and I can't speak for the commissioner there. So we're waiting on guidance from them. But I'm just speculating that we're done for sports for the spring, unfortunately. And the high school right now is working together with the way to recognize those teams. And Miss Phelps is going to do a phenomenal job putting that together.
Well, and I will say, Miss Beth Mann, and I know you mentioned her last night, and we sure do appreciate you doing that, because it's one thing that's important to us, and we've been working on. I don't want anybody to think we haven't been working on it, because we have, and we're throwing around ideas and trying to make it work.
Yeah, and I talked to Beth last night, and I said I appreciated her calling me and offering those services. But I'm going to let Christy Phelps from the high school and her crew develop the what format they're going to use. They do a phenomenal job taking care of our kids in the classroom each and every day. And they'll put together a first-class program that our kids and families will be proud of. And I told her last night after the board meeting, I sent her a text that she's got the ball and she picks the platform. So she's going to run with the ball and carry that, and she'll put together a plan, and we'll share that with everybody.
Well, and
I promise you, it'll be first class.
Well, I think it's fantastic. I hate it for the kids. I think everybody hates it for the kids, I know there's a lot of kids that are going to miss prom and doing a lot of the things that, normally they would be doing, especially just being in class with their classmates, for goodness sake, for your senior year. And I know that's disappointing, but I think that, the little things that we do try to put together for them and making those acknowledgments, I think will go a long way.
Yeah, exactly right. You're exactly right, Tess.
If you're a parent and you want to be involved and you say, you know what, I volunteer just to type something up and email it to you, or, if you've got questions about different things like that, or your cap and gown, did they all get delivered?
Yeah, but right now they've got a plan together to deliver signs plus cap and gowns to all our seniors, and Miss Phelps has got that in hand right now, and they're working through that, and they'll notify all the senior class on what the plan is. So I expect that's going to go on, without any problems at all. She'll do a great job with that as well.
And now our food services, Mr. Superman Will Brown, that's going to continue through as long as we're doing NTI, right?
That's correct. And we may have a summer feeding program. We haven't discussed that yet, but we're gonna get to that. And we may feed all summer. Don't know. I just haven't had a chance to talk to Mr. Brown about that. But we will feed through the NTI process. Okay. We want our kids to be able to have nourishment every day.
Well, and I don't want people to think that the Hope and Cope centers have just stopped working since we're on NTI. Hope and Cope is still working. The backpack program is still working. If you need assistance, those programs are still out there for you.
Right. That's exactly right. And they all they have to do is email the Frisky folks and say, I need some help. And the people, Stephanie Randall and Teresa that we have in that, and Miss Gilkey, who we have in those centers, they do a phenomenal job. All they got to do is get a call, and they'll do whatever they can, bend over backwards to take care of them.
Well, I will say the other thing that I really kind of had a question about. Of course, mine is a sophomore right now. I guess I'm fortunate that I don't really have to worry about that today. However, a lot of seniors and then even juniors. Now, are the guidance counselors, are they going to be available as far as, I guarantee they have so many questions about college and what do I do now and, what's coming up and that sort of thing. Where do they get that information?
When they get that information, all they have to do is send an email to the counselors at the high school and ask those questions.
Okay.
They may not be at the school, but they're looking at their emails every day.
Okay. Well, thank you.
Well, you're more than welcome, Tess. I really enjoy talking with you, with WPKY and yourself. Anytime I get a chance to do that.
Well, I love that because I really and truly think, Nate, that when we talk to parents and we give them the open, honest-to-goodness answers instead of just trying to hide things and not say anything, I think they just feel better about it. I really do. And that's coming from a mama, and I appreciate your honesty always.
Well, we're not going to hide anything from anybody, and that's the reason I asked to go for a virtual graduation last night, because this coronavirus is not going away, and if you look at what's going on in New York, they're still dealing, they're still fighting it, and they started way before we did. So we've got some time left to deal with this situation, and I just ask the parents to be patient, and we're going to do the best we can to take care of their children. And their education is also the the meals every day.
Right.
So please be patient with us. And if you have a question, please email us or on the Remind app. It's the elementary and the primary use that quite frequently, and some in the middle school. Send your question on the Remind app, and we'll get an answer back to you.
Well, I greatly appreciate it. I will tell you, I even dressed up for Spirit Week. I don't know if you've got your hat on this morning, Mr. Huggins, but I've got my hat on for Spirit Week.
Well, I can tell you, my hat's always on for Caldwell County for the Tigers.
Well, tomorrow's Crazy Hair Day, so you better get prepared for that one. I said, if I wear my hat all day, I've got Crazy Hair Day covered.
Well, I think I'm crazy hair today. Maybe I'm a day ahead.
Well, we're enjoying it, and we're doing it right along with them. So
listen, Tess, thank you so much for the time this morning. I appreciate it.
Well, thank you so much, and we're just glad that we get to be a part of it. And I think everything went so well last night with the school board meeting being on WPKY and how much better that is so that everybody can be a part of it very easily.
Exactly right. And I came, my hat's off for WPKY. Mr. John came up, had it all set up. It went without a glitch.
See, he's my Will Brown. John's amazing, isn't he?
He's got a superpower. He does a great job.
He's our Superman. I'm telling you, he's our version of Will Brown.
Yeah, he really is.
Well, thank you so much, of course, Superintendent Nate Huggins. We appreciate it. We appreciate you so much. We really do.
Thank you so much, Des. You all have a blessed day.
You too. And of course, from Caldwell County Schools, our superintendent, Nate Huggins, we love him to death. And I love that because he is always honest with us and lets us know what's going on. And that's transparency. And especially when you've got a time when it's confusing and when it can be upsetting and when you don't know what to expect out of things. If you're like a parent, if you're a parent like me, you know what? This NTI thing is confusing because I'm not a great substitute teacher. I'm really not. But it's confusing. But you know what? When you have the information, suddenly it's not as confusing and it's not as scary, and we can get through it. And I'll tell you, I happened to look up and I saw Miss Amy Littlejohn on just a minute ago, and I'll tell you, we talked to her yesterday. She's, of course, a Caldwell County elementary school teacher, and she asked me if I had my hat on. I got my hat on, Miss Littlejohn. I do. I'm doing it every day, and tomorrow's supposed to be Crazy Hair Day, so make sure that you stay involved as well, okay? Because I want to see all of these hats today. Yesterday we posted our pet parade. Of course, my donkey Ninja. I posted a picture of him, and today I'll post my hat so that you can see that I'm participating. But I'll post that, and then I want to see your hats. I want to see who else is got their hats and their spiffy hats on today. Of course, headphones had to fit over mine. I started to wear my cowboy hat, and I thought, well, I can't do that with my headphones. So make sure that you put on your hat and take a little picture, and it'll be right there on our website at WPKY Online so that you can post your picture as well. Let's show these kids some support. Let's show them some love, and let's show them that we support them with Spirit Week, okay? And really try to get involved with them and keep that excitement up, because sometimes they can lose kind of the excitement and kind of get a little lazy, just like we do. So let's kind of try to keep them in the groove of it. Of course, tomorrow we're going to have sideline, or not tomorrow. Tomorrow's Wednesday, but on Sideline Report coming up on Thursday. I've heard that Carol Boyd, of course, Caldwell County girls basketball coach, former that is, Carol Boyd is going to be with Todd, so that'll be kind of fun, huh? Somebody that you haven't heard from in a little while, and of course, Coach Boyd will be fun. That's Sideline Report coming up on Thursday with Todd, and of course, tomorrow we're going to continue on Coffee Talk with our theme for the week, which has been, I think, so much fun. Of course, hashtag support local is something that we've really just kind of latched onto and really enjoyed over the last few weeks that we've been doing it. And what that means is you go out and when you post a picture of anything that you're doing locally, we want to know about it. Make sure that you say hashtag support local. And this week on Coffee Talk, we're kind of really focusing on homegrown local produce and local products from folks right here in our community. And that's what we're focusing on. So tomorrow, of course, on the show on Coffee Talk, we're going to have Jim Seibert, Mayor Jimmy Don Seibert from Fredonia, and he's going to be talking with us on his honeybees and how to do that. And I'll tell you, it's another one of those products that are definitely homegrown, but it's kind of hard to get into, I would think, because it kind of terrifies me. But it's another one of those subjects that we need to talk about for conservation's sake. So he's going to be with us tomorrow on Coffee Talk. I'm really excited about that. Go Green. Those people are going to be with us as well for hashtag support local. And again, I love the Go Green monologue right there. And just wait, they're wonderful people, and you're going to love them too. So we're going to talk to both of them. And, of course, your news is coming up. Your full weather forecast is coming up and be here in just a few minutes. So stick around. It's Coffee Talk, live 1580 103.3 WPKY Princeton. And here's your WPKY Weather Edge Weather Center forecast for today. It looks like sunshine, high 65. Tonight, clear, low 41. Tomorrow, chance of showers, early afternoon, high 66. Then on Thursday, showers with thunderstorms possible. That chance of showers hanging on through the beginning of next week. Highs in the mid-60s all the way through the weekend. I'm hoping, praying, fingers crossed, you got plenty of sunshine mixed in with those clouds, okay? 58 and climbing, 905 on 1580, 103.3 WPKY.
This is Big John, Big John's Barbecue. Just like to thank everyone for voting for us for the best food truck again this year. We look forward to serving fantastic food every day. Thank you, and y'all have a good day.
Fortner Gas is featuring their amazing mower sales and service team at the KDIZ location. Tim Cook, manager, and his staff can take care of all your mower needs, any brands, with their full service department. Fortner Gas is a certified dealer of Dixie Chopper, Big Dog, and Bobcat mowers. All have great warranties. They also offer free delivery and pickup, and customers can drop off or pick up mowers and parts at the home office in Princeton, free of charge. Check out Fortner Gas to be ready for the upcoming mowing season.
The voice of Caldwell County. We're 1580, 103.3 WPKY, Princeton.
Fox News, I'm Chris Foster. President Trump on Twitter says he will suspend immigration because of the coronavirus outbreak.
Saying in order to protect the jobs of our great American citizens, President Trump announced he plans to sign an executive order temporarily suspending immigration into the United States. Democratic Senator Kamala Harris on Twitter accusing the president of politicizing the pandemic to double down on his anti-immigrant agenda.
Fox's Rachel Sutherland. A Louisiana pastor, Tony Spell, who's been defying large gathering bans with Sunday services, is expected to be charged with aggravated assault, accused of nearly hitting a protester with a church bus. There are reports North Korea's leader's been having health problems.
Kim Jong-un missed a high-profile holiday celebration last week. The US is understood to have information suggesting Kim may have undergone surgery and that complications may have followed. That information unconfirmed.
Fox's Simon Owen. America's listening to Fox News.
Liberty Mutual Insurance Company helps you customize your home insurance so you only pay for what you need. Unlike things you paid for you didn't need, like the Vacnado 2000. A Wi-Fi connected vacuum that uploads Dust Bunny data to the cloud for real-time optimization. Whatever that means. But really, it's just a very expensive doggy chew toy. With Liberty Mutual, get customized home insurance so you only pay for what you need.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Only pay for what you need at libertymutual.com.
O'Reilly. This is Derek's O'Reilly Auto Parts story. After the third time jump-starting my car, I finally realized my battery was dying. So I stopped by O'Reilly to have it checked. They tested it right there in the parking lot. It was bad, real bad. But they helped me find the right battery for my car and even installed it for free. Now my car starts like new.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Your WPKY Weather Edge Weather Center forecast is brought to you by Raider Auction Company.
Your WPKY Weather Edge Weather Center forecast, a sunny sky today and breezy conditions with gusts up to 25 miles per hour, warming up to 65 degrees. Overnight, clear sky, low around 41. Then tomorrow, increasing cloudiness with a slight chance of afternoon showers, high around 67. Then tomorrow night and Thursday, rain and thunderstorms in the forecast. Wednesday night's low 52, Thursday's high 65. But again today, sunny sky, high around 65.
Hi, I'm Jenna Joyner, owner at Morgan's Funeral Home. Did you know Morgan's has always served our entire county with fair prices? We care about every family and understand their need to celebrate their loved one in an affordable and dignified way. With packages starting at $37.50, we make sure everyone gets a beautiful goodbye. Morgan's Funeral Home, always there, always fair.
We invite you to join us each Sunday morning beginning at 6 and lasting till 1 for uplifting messages from several of our area churches. We may not be able to gather together, but we can share positive and encouraging words during these challenging days. Make plans to come together with us by radio on 1580 103.3 WPKY. You can even listen from our free app or at WPKYonline.com.
In 1950, a postage stamp, 3 cents, and WPKY was on the radio. We're celebrating 70